Hi guys, I didn't think I'd be saying this, but I'm in complete agreement with a Conservative. So Ruth Davidson, the former leader of the Scottish Tories, co-hosts a Sky News podcast, and what she had to say about the current state of our party and its leader were right on the money. Ruth had previously predicted when Kemi Badenoch would resign or be forced out, and it seems that that was too generous. The ex-Tory has brought the date forward. Have a listen to this.
If she's not getting the policy stuff right, if she can't land a blow at PMQs, and she has struggled, if I'm being honest, to land proper blows at PMQs, if the party staff are leaking what she's telling to them in a staff call round because they think that she's being unfair and she's treating them badly, and if the party has no money for the remaining MPs, few of them as they are, to think that they're going to have the ability to fight and hold their seat at the next election, then I think she's in trouble. And I would reduce the timescale that she has. Unless she can start getting some of these strands right, I think her leadership is running into trouble.
So hang on, you gave her 2 years and she got elected, in November? What are you saying now, end of this year?
I said 2 years, let's say down to 18 months, because she has to be able to prove that she can both run the party and cut through as a national politician. And at the moment, the indicators on either are not that great. They are flashing amber. The lights are flashing amber here.
Ruth is correct. Kemi Badenoch is not cutting through as a politician, and she's not presenting herself as a true leader. She's fighting with people within the party. Now, Ruth also mentioned another few things here. First of all was policy. Kemi Badenoch's policy approach is too complicated, and it focuses on the wrong things. What was her first policy right out of the gate, or shortly after, as leader of the Conservative Party? It's about immigration. Now, by focusing on immigration, she's handing a victory over to Nigel Farage. And I keep asking this question, why are the Conservatives focused on immigration? It cost them so many votes to reform at the last election. Now, they lost so many seats related to the cost of living crisis and the lack of action on the cost of living crisis and the NHS, and 14 years of rot. But by focusing on immigration, they're handing a victory to Nigel Farage, and they're also disenfranchising, discouraging moderates from supporting them. Because moderates will ask the question, why are you focusing on this when there are more important issues? So it's a lose-lose scenario. Now, the performance of PMQs has been a disaster. It's been up and down somewhat, but it's never been a situation where she's holding the Prime Minister to account. Look, it's pathetic theatre, and I constantly criticise PMQs. But if you're there, learn your lines. Stop using a script. Focus on something and attack on that. And be able to think on your feet. She needs more practice. She needs to do some training if she wants to succeed at PMQs. Because you're the one on the attack. The government are on the defence. So they should be in the weaker position. But every time Keir Starmer is in a stronger position than Kemi Badenoch. And it's not just that he has the last say. No, he shouldn't be in a position where he's owning her on pretty much every occasion. It's an absolute disaster that the Conservatives have decided to put Kemi Badenoch in charge. There are better speakers, but she's terrible at PMQs. Now, the party is losing money, and this is a massive problem for the Conservatives, because they've decided recently to close a number of local offices, local branches, and focus everything on London instead. This will mean that they won't have a ground game when it comes to the local elections, or it will be greatly reduced. This is going to cost them seats. If there's no presence or very little presence, then people are not going to vote for them, and they're going to lose support to reform. And finally, Ruth mentioned how members of the party are leaking to the media because they're not getting on with their leader. Kemi Badenoch comes across as arrogant, as abrasive. This is not what you want in a leader. You want somebody charismatic, somebody who can sit down with people, listen to their problems, understand what they're going through. But she doesn't seem to have this personality trait. She seems to be the opposite. And this is the opposite of what you want when you're trying to rebuild a party. I don't see her lasting very long. The people within the party will decide she needs to go. But the problem for the Conservatives is there isn't really anyone to replace her. Is it Robert Jenrick? Is it James Cleverly? Well, these people were rejected recently, so it would look bad bringing those people back in. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.